thanks for joining me. I'm Deanna, for those of you who don't know me, from the Pilates studio. And I'm going to take you guys through a pretty cool and pretty fun mat work class, about 30 minutes or so. And you don't need any equipment today, just a mat. And we're going to get started sitting in the middle of the mat. So I'm going to get you to bring your legs about hip bone distance apart. You're going to grab your hands behind your thighs and just help yourself pull into a nice straight spine here. Elbows are out to the side, and I want you to relax the shoulders, and I'm just going to get you to close your eyes for a little bit. I know most of you, not everyone, but most of you have been staring at a computer screen possibly a little bit more than you're used to. So it's kind of nice just to let your eyes relax and start working through your breathing in this position. So you've got that deep breath coming in through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. And just thinking of releasing the tension from your shoulders. I know it's a pretty stressful time for everybody, so I'm sure there's a lot of stiff shoulders and necks out there. So just try to relax on your exhale. Relax through the hips. And you can open or keep your eyes closed, it's up to you. And you're going to exhale, just tuck the pelvis under a little bit so you roll off the sit bones. Right, you should still be able to hold on to the back of the legs, and then you're going to inhale to re-stack yourself all the way back up straight. So it's an exhale to tuck, and an inhale to uncurl and lengthen up tall. And again, still watching that shoulder tension. And just moving through your pelvis and low back, really, right? You're just starting to warm up the spine. Starting to work through this now with your arms in front of you. So you're rolling back, just again, off the sit bones and up. So it's almost like your low back will flatten slightly towards the mat, and your pubic bone will lift towards the ceiling, deepening the rib cage or the abdominal squeeze as you roll back. So you should feel like the ribs almost tuck down and in. And then I want you to roll back as far as you're comfortable, only up to the point where your lower back is just kind of grazing the floor. And then I'm going to get you to tuck the ribs back, flex forward all the way, reaching, so possibly getting a stretch. Exhale, roll. Inhale, up and over the legs. So you're trying to create and keep almost like a C curve in your spine. So when you go up and over, it's like up and over the legs. I'm going to use your abdominals for this, right? So they go up, squeeze as you reach. Then roll just about halfway back, okay? You don't have to go super far back for this one. You don't need to be very far back to feel it. Tuck the tailbone under, make sure you're really strong, and I want you to open the arms out to the side. That's an inhale, exhale, close. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. My abs are shaking already. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale to hold it here. Exhale to flex forward. Then inhale, restack your spine and reach your arms up and then out to the side. And then kind of circle them forward as you roll back. Inhale, open. Exhale, close for 3, 2, 1. Inhale to hold your position. Exhale to flex forward. And then inhale, restack the spine, arms reach up and out to the side. One more time, roll it back. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, close. Inhale and exhale. Really keep that strong tuck last time. Make sure you hold it on the inhale, and then exhale, flex forward. And we're still going to restack and open the arms up and out to the side. Fabulous. And then lying on our back. So the knees are bent, hip distance apart still, and you're in a neutral pelvis, arms at your side, palms facing the floor. Relax those shoulders from the ceiling, feel those shoulder blades kind of resting flat on your mat. And then with an exhale, you're going to squeeze through the glutes and abdominals and just pick your hips straight up, gently pressing down with your arms. And then release down. Now I want you to keep or focus the weight in your feet. So as you're pressing your hips up, you should feel like you're pressing gently into the feet. Otherwise, sometimes you can start really pressing through the head and the neck. So this time before you lift up, make sure you've got that weight slightly pressed into the feet, squeezing through the glutes to lift. I always do sometimes give a cue of almost like reaching out through your kneecaps and pressing the feet to the floor. This is our shoulder bridge. Nice and easy for now. And again, watching your shoulder tension. Now, if you really like this one and you want to keep going with the both feet on the ground, that is completely fine. Otherwise, take your left ankle, bring it up on your right thigh. Okay? So we're still going to be doing a bridge. Hips are staying level, but you're pressing up with one leg. Squeeze the glute. Okay, so again, it's the same thing. You're picking yourself up and then placing yourself back down. Still the weight pushing into the foot. Squeezing into the glute as you lift and reaching out through that kneecap. 3 more here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then we're going to switch sides. Unless you're doing the double one, you can keep going with that one. And again, you want to check every so often that your hips are still fairly level. I don't want you to drop the hips right down. You want those 2 hip bones to be level with each other. Squeezing again through the glute as you're lifting, pressing into the foot, and keeping a wide open chest. And a couple more here. 3 more. 1, 2. Last one. 3. Perfect. Now bring your feet and knees together. Arms are going to be wide out to the side, palms down. We're going to just do this with our feet on the floor today. So on an inhale, I want you to let the legs lower to one side. Your one foot is going to lift off the floor, okay? And then on exhale, roll the legs back up. Inhale the other side. Exhale up. This is still part of the warm-up here. This is our spine twist. Had a little giggle with a friend who does these classes, and she gave me the view of her floor full of children's toys when she does this class, and I said, I always see, it's still there, I always see my glasses cleaner under the couch. I've yet to retrieve it in the last 6 weeks, but maybe today I'll remember. 1 more on the other side. Perfect, and then hug your knees into your chest and roll yourself up, and we are going to start with the roll up. Okay, so the legs are going to be hip distance apart, your arms are reaching out to the front. I want you to sit up tall, you bend the knees if you need to do that, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone under, and you're going to roll as controlled as you can all the way down to the mat. Try to get that lower back to touch down before the middle back. Take an inhale. Exhale, 1 roll all the way up. Tucking the ribs back as you stretch forward, but release the tension through the shoulders. And then I want you to inhale at the top, exhale to roll down. So the exhale is on your roll down and your roll up. Stretch and reach, keep the arms lifted, and then you're tucking and initiating the roll with that pelvic tilt, and then the low back touches mid back, upper back, and then the back of the head last. Two more. Nice, easy roll up. These are great for kind of releasing the tension in the back side of your body, so your lower back, your hamstrings, your glutes. And I want you to reach your arms all the way behind you this time and just stretch. So just reach the arms and give yourself a nice little ab stretch. And then you're going to bring the knees into the chest and roll yourself all the way back up. And we're going to go through a little bit of a plank exercise here. You can do this with your elbows bent if arm straight plank positions are just not jiving with your wrists or your shoulders, or you just don't like them. Okay, so you can modify this one into an elbow bent position. We're going to start hands under the shoulders. Feet are together for this one. Okay, so you're holding that plank position. Now very carefully, you're going to start to shift your weight onto your left arm, and you're going to pick your right arm up and rotate. And then bring it back down. Then the other side. That was my bad. You should not have your feet right together, otherwise it's going to be a little bit tricky. A couple inches apart, whatever works, to be able to pivot on the feet. So you're trying to bring yourself into a pure side plank. So that means hips stacked, shoulders stacked. I did promise someone some planks today. These take a lot of control, right? Your upper body is really involved. We're going to do one more round on each side. Thought I'd do this early before your shoulders get too tired. Come into whatever plank position you started in. Pressing the heels to the floor. Keep yourself lifted if you can. If you need a break, please take a break, okay? Otherwise, think of lifting the head away from the floor, lifting the chest away from the floor, pressing the heels to the floor, holding that position. Planks are so much fun, I know. We're going to do 10 more seconds. You can hold on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and bringing the knees down. Around the spine, sit to the heels for a quick rest. And hop yourself right back up. We're going to go into rolling like a ball. So a lot of kind of spinal massaging today. So feet and knees are together. I want you to start by tucking the pelvis under, so you're starting just off the sit bones. Then you're going to lift the feet up one at a time. Okay, so you can either hold the front of the shins or behind the legs, whatever makes you feel better. The elbows are out to the side. And you're going to exhale to tuck the tailbone under, roll back between your shoulder blades, roll forward. Some people inhale on the way back, and then exhale on the way forward to help with the control. Feel free to do that. Often that exhale will help you roll up, and you're trying to balance just before your sit bones, right? So your feet definitely don't touch the ground. This is a fun one though. And again, you're trying to really tuck under so that lower back touches the floor before the mid back kind of clunks down, right? We're going to do 2 more here. Lots of ab work here. Last time. Perfect. And then release it down. And just bring the legs out in front of you, hip width apart. And then again, if you need to, bend the knees to sit up nice and tall. You're going to bring your hands behind your head. So you should be able to see your elbows, but they should be as wide as you can get them. Take an inhale, rotate towards your one leg. As you exhale, I want you to flex forward. So this is a version of a saw without the arm reaching. Inhale, restack the spine up. Exhale, turn forward. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So it's almost like you're reaching your elbow towards the outside of your foot as you flex forward. Okay? You rotate and you twist. You restack and you rotate. So you've really got to concentrate on keeping that upper back nice and straight. Oh yeah. It's a good one. We're going to do 1 more on each side. Last time. And then I'm going to need you to bend your knees. You can bring your arms down just for a second for a rest. Knees are going to be about hip distance apart. This time, instead of having your hands right behind your head, you're going to have your fingertips at your temples. Okay? Sitting up nice and tall. Elbows out to the side. Take an exhale. Tuck and roll just off your sit bones. So you're looking straight ahead. Take an inhale to hold it. Exhale, flex forward over the legs, looking down towards the mat. Inhale, restack the spine up. Exhale, roll. Inhale, hold. Exhale, flex. Inhale, restack. So focus on that restack coming from the bottom of your spine. So that low back, mid back, upper back, head comes up last. Just amazing how you just change the position of your arms in an exercise, because we often do this one, right? No problem. But as soon as you bring your arms up, it changes, especially for that upper spine. One more time. This time you're going to roll all the way down to the mat. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Don't let your feet lift. Oh yeah, perfect. Great. And then we're going to go into a single leg stretch. So you're going to imprint, lift the legs up into a tabletop, so the knees should be hip width apart, lifting the head and shoulders up. Bending the one knee in towards you, extending the opposite leg straight, and switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, curl it up, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bend both knees and bring your head down for a quick rest. Double leg stretch. Head and shoulders are lifted. If you want to do this with the feet down, go for it, okay? So you're going to exhale, reach both arms back and both legs out, circle around. If you've got your feet down, it's just the arms that you're working through, right? So it's and around. Idea is to keep those head and shoulders lifted. Don't let yourself fall back as the weight of your arms reaches behind you. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And bring it. Perfect. All the way back in. And then I'm going to get you to roll yourself up for a second. We're going to go onto your side. A little bit of side work. So you got your bottom arm is going to be straight, palm facing the floor. Both legs are going to be straight as well. So hips are stacked, waist is lifted. You're going to start with your hand in front of you, fingertips only. Okay, so not flat, just fingertips. Waist stays lifted, and I want you to exhale. Just let the legs float up without that waist dropping to the floor and then down. So try not to do a lot of upper body work. Focus on the movement coming from the abdominals and the legs stretching out, as opposed to your upper body giving you your stability, your balance. You're trying to send the work down a little bit to the core muscles and the legs. Now if you want to go for it, make it a little harder, reach the arm up. This is one of the ones I just sometimes do, okay? Woo. And down, right? So the bottom hand is there to help a little bit. But again, the idea is just to float the legs up a little bit without letting the waist drop. Just really stretching those legs along. We're going to do 2 more. Woo. Last time. Perfect. And then before we do the other side, you're actually going to roll over. Bring yourself up into a half push-up position. Okay, so the knees are behind the hips, your hips are pressed forward. Hands are going to be about as wide as your mat, head stays up. We're going to do a little bit of a Pilates push-up. So we're going to inhale twice, 2 movements to lower down, and exhale, press up. So it's going to be inhale, lower a little further, exhale, press up. In, out. We're going to do 8, so that was 2. In, out. Try to breathe in through the nose like usual, right? 3 more. Try not to lead with your head either, right? You want to keep that head lifted in between the shoulders. 1 more time. And then sit back, give yourself a quick little stretch. And then we're going to pop up and do the other side for the leg lifts. So we'll start same way, legs are straight, hips are stacked, bottom arm is straight, fingertips in front, and then lifting that waist away from the mat. And check that your hips are stacked. As you start to lift your legs, your body can often roll back. Not quite so dramatically, but you know what I mean. You're going to exhale, float the legs up and down, right? So it's this double leg lift. As your legs lift, you're just trying to maintain that lift in the waist and the balance coming from the abdominals. So you need to exhale like through the pursed lip to help you with your stability. It really does make a difference. And then when you're ready, this side I know is going to be harder for me. Reach the arms up. pelvis all out of whack. So I find it very difficult. I'm going to put my hand in front of me. Yeah, let's do one finger. Compromise. Try it again. A couple more here. Really does Pilates bring out kind of the imbalances in your body. Last time. Woo. Perfect. And then lie onto the stomach again for your Pilates push-ups. If you can do full push-ups comfortably and correctly, feel free to do them with your knees off of the mat. All right, 8 push-ups again. This time, 1 inhale to lower, 2 exhales to press up. So inhale, exhale. So you got that little pause on the way up. How mean. Oops. 1 inhale to lower, 2 to press up. 3 more. 8. Once you get to 8, again, sitting back, give it a little bit of a stretch. And then we're going to lie flat onto your stomach. Feet are going to come slightly wider than the mat, heels drop in, hands are at the side of your head, forearms are on the mat. I'm going to get you to think of gliding your shoulders down away from your ears. So shoulder blades move kind of together and down towards your bum. And on an inhale, just let the head and chest float up. Okay, so you will feel this a little bit of extension in your lower back, just at this point, and then exhale down. So reach long through the top of the head. Keeping your glutes squeezing. Just want you to focus on this smaller movement. It's still lower back extension. But be aware of your upper body. So your shoulder blades are set, your shoulders aren't moving around, lifting, squeezing together. You're trying to keep that upper body nice and still. And the movement's coming from the bending backwards of your lower back. Now if you'd like to go further, this is when you come up. Once you can't come up any higher, then your elbows will start to float up and you press through. This is where people tend to collapse a lot, so try to keep the shoulders nice and wide. Then the elbows will come down as your chest starts to lower. So it's inhale all the way up, lengthen through the spine, and then lengthen as you lower. Reach. 2 more. Last time. Bringing, when you're finished, up onto your hands and knees. Going into a little bit of a cat stretch movement, rounding and through the spine so you feel like your ribs are lifting up to the ceiling. And then just sit back to the heels for a little bit of a stretch. And then we're going to go back onto your back. And we're going to end basically with a really big ab series. So we've done our single and double leg stretch. Okay. We're going to do some really small, controlled abdominal curls. Remember, at any point, if it gets too much, even if we're doing just head and chest lifts, if you can't lift the head, sometimes it's you're not supporting your head enough with your hands, but you can still keep your head down, squeeze your abs, release, squeeze, release. Okay, especially if it starts to go into the lower back. So we're going to start with the legs hip distance apart, clasping the fingers around the back of the head. Okay, you should be able to see your elbows, and I want you to be in a neutral pelvis. So your lower back should not be pushed into the mat. You're going to exhale. Start to think of taking your chin a little bit towards your chest. Curl yourself up so you're looking towards your thighs, but your lower back has not pushed into the mat. And then inhale to release. It's like slow and painful this will be. As you're moving, just focusing on that last little bit at the top is when, or the top of your curl is when people tend to kind of jam their back into the mat. So focus on not doing that and getting that last little bit of movement with your abdominals working to pull you up. You're going to curl up, breathe in to hold it, then try to curl up a little higher. Breathe in to hold it, do it one more time. And then inhale, lower. So 3 steps. Exhale, up. Inhale, hold. Exhale a little further. Inhale, hold. Exhale a little further. Inhale, release it all the way down. And up. It's hard to inhale to the side and back of your ribs when you're holding an ab crunch. Should be getting a really, hopefully, a decent shake at the end here. One more round. And release it all the way back down. Now you're going to imprint and lift your legs in a tabletop position. All right, now hands behind the head. You're going to bend the right knee in, extend the left leg out, and I want you to lift and rotate to your right knee. So the right knee's bent, so you're turning towards it, and then you're going to switch for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep yourself lifted, legs come together. Curl up a little bit higher. Your low back should definitely be pressing into the floor. Tap one foot up. As it comes up, switch. Curl up. Keep yourself lifted. And again, if this is a little too much in the neck, head goes down, right? You should still be working those abs. If you're not feeling your abs are doing much, curl yourself up a little higher. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring yourself down for a second. Amazing. Bring the feet down. Okay, arms are resting at your side. I want you to imprint again, lift the legs in a tabletop. Legs are going to be together. Try to see if you can get your knees right above your hips and your knees bent 90 degrees like that, like you're resting your legs up on the couch. Okay, that is more difficult than that. Okay, so low back's pressing into the floor, abs are super connected, right? Perfect. Okay, now bring your hands back behind your head, curl your head and shoulders up. Perfect. Now reach the arms out. Awesome. And again, you can put the head down or hands behind the head if it gets too much. Crunch it up and down. Up. Little tiny, tiny flexes up and down. The hard part should be keeping the knees over the hips. Because if I pull them in like this, it's actually a little bit easier. Okay, so you've got to really focus. If it starts to get into your lower back, make sure you're imprinted. And if it still is, then you can tuck the knees in a little bit, okay? Oh, cramping, cramping. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. And release it. Woo, all the way down, bringing the legs back down for a second. Oh, just have a little break. Let's straighten our legs, reach our arms behind, and stretch them out. Promise lots of nice and slow abdominal work at the end here. Both knees are going to bend in again, hip width apart. Hands come behind the head. You don't have to clasp your fingers, but just have the hands behind your head. Staying neutral. You're going to lift, look to the legs, then twist. Okay, look at your legs, make sure they're not touching, and then reach your hand to the outside of your knee. And just try to get up a little bit higher. And then come down. Lift, rotate, reach. Keep those legs still. That's part of the trick. If you can keep your legs and hips from moving, you will isolate your obliques or your waist muscles or your side abdominals, whatever you want to call them. Lots of names for them. So you're doing rotation, so you're lifting and then you're rotating. Now hold. When you come to the next side, hold it up and do 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Rotate and reach. Pulse it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. One more round on each side. Lift and rotate. Pulse it out for 5, 4, curl it up, 2, we're almost there, 1, other side, lift it up and rotate for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it all the way down, just a quick hug of the knees into the chest, and then I want you to curl your head and shoulders up, bending your left knee in, your right leg out, okay? So very similar to our single leg stretch, we're going to do a double pump. So we're going to go exhale, switch, switch, slow though. So do not go faster than I am. Very bossy today, I realize. That's all right though. Slow and painful, right? But effective. I always cringe when I see people flopping themselves around doing their ab work. If you go slow and controlled, you'll definitely get some great work. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release it. Oh, that one got me all the way down. Again, one last stretch out here. And then you're going to come all the way back up, so just roll yourself up. I'm going to get you to stand up. I'm going to move my mat so you maybe possibly can see half of my body here. You're going to stand, feet shoulder width apart, pointing straight forward. Okay? I want you to stand up nice and tall. You can close your eyes, you can open your eyes. We're going to inhale, reach the arms out to the side and all the way up to the ceiling. When you exhale, I want you to reach your arms forward like you're diving into the beautiful Caribbean Sea that we're now allowed to go into, which is amazing. And roll all the way forward, reaching towards your toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to roll up. Think of it, your ribs almost lifting up to the ceiling as you roll yourself one vertebrae at a time, all the way back up till you're straight. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side and up. Exhale, dive forward, reaching to the toes. Breathing in to hold. And then again, exhale, drawing the abs and the ribs up as you re-stack that spine one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, diving it forward. Inhale. Exhale, reach up. This time, just reach straight up to the ceiling. Clasp your fingers together. I'm going to come on my knees just in case you can't see. So you've got your clasping your fingers together. Turn your palms to the ceiling. And I want you to press the chest up. Tipping back just a little bit through the spine. Reaching the arms back just to give yourself a nice little stretch. And then releasing the arms all the way down. And you're done. That was great. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a really good ab workout. And again, thanks for joining me. And I will see you next time. And I always forget to do this, but if you did enjoy the videos, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Facebook, and hopefully sooner than later we'll be back in the studio. Thanks again.